All right, well, the folks for Old Bridge were in, and this is an importer of Italian wines out of Palm Beach, and they have some pretty nice things in their portfolio, but pricing is always an issue here at Wine Watch. There's a little tool that I'm going to tell you guys about, only because I care about my wine drinking people, called Wine Searcher. All right? And it has all of the wine stores in the world listed on there that are on the internet. It's really easy to type up a wine and see what it's selling for anywhere in the world. So Wine Watch, those of you that know us know we're in the middle of nowhere. We don't have a sign. We're very conscientious about what the wine should be selling for. We don't want to be the cheapest person in the market. We don't want to be the most expensive. We like to be in the bottom third in the country, not in Florida. I'm talking about in the country, you know, because you have things like shipping and, you know, other things you have to worry about if you're buying the wine out of state. So we're very happy to just be that competitive in the country. And we don't want people shopping us just because we're the cheapest people in town. We want to find customers that are interested in customer service. So we do deal with a lot of small importers because they offer unique products that are not a lot of times broad market. But hey, enough of that on my soapbox about pricing. But some pretty good little wines here. You know, the Santa Lucia de Scotto Lorenzo Beto from Maremma. There's a lot of names in that word. Jeez. I wish we could just come up with, for the American market, a name that everybody can pronounce and understand. But, you know, it's very important to create a brand and have a name that's got worldwide recognition. Just a little bit hard to pronounce in this country. Okay, well, Scotto's the president of the Consorzio Merlino di Scanzano and supposedly an exiled member of the Royal Court of Beto. I don't know, maybe I got that story wrong. It doesn't sound right. But anyways, fresh plowed black earth, truffle, old leather saddle fruits, some dried mushroom here. And the Maremma is closer to the Mediterranean than Bulgari, so you get a lot of that influence from the sea. Very nicely balanced with good freshness on the finish. A fine amount of fresh earth also showing, kind of black earth you get from this Maremma area, and turning a bit dry on the finish though. So maybe a little food would really help this wine out, but a nice little wine at 35 bucks. Next up, the Sorbaiano Rosso della Miniere Montescudo Rosso. Hey, another tongue twister. But this is a Sangiovese, Cabernet Franc, and Malvasia. Nera, which is between, the areas between the Maremma and Bulgari. Montescudo, and is the region. Red of the mines, and there's an old mine underneath the vineyard, so I guess that's where that name came from. But a bit of that green herbal note from the Cabernet Franc showing up here on the nose, and a good amount of black cherry, sweet tobacco spice, and some fresh plowed earth also there. A tangy wine on the palate with a nice concentration, a bit sharp on the finish, firm hand of tannins and dark spices. Needs a bit of time to come together here. We're just going to give that a very good rating. And then the Marchesi de Cordona, Trentina, Montepulciano d'Abruzzo. Hey, Montepulciano, where is that located? Right behind the knee, a very sweaty part of the body. I mean, for me, not one of the greatest growing regions of Italy, an ocean of average wine produced here. But there's a few exceptions. One of my favorite wines in the world, Valentini, Montepulciano d'Abruzzo. So this wine had that black earth, dried game, kind of a late harvest wine with very intense bouquet, lots of color here, some wild berry and black licorice notes, a big and chewy wine with lots of everything, but a bit hard-edged, a little bit tart on the finish, lots of spice and game notes, kind of really intriguing wine, very interesting, very wild, very sauvage. So a few nice things there from Old Bridge Cellars. And then up next, we've got another good friend, Steve from Stakehold.